fellow Toastmasters, Madam Toastmaster, welcome guests. John woke up, opened his eyes, and realized he was in the hospital. He moved his eyes around, couldn't move his head. And he could see someone sitting over here, and he tried to move his head, and nothing would go. And in the next few minutes, he realized he couldn't move anything. Not his fingers, not his toes, nothing moved. Quickly, his family and his doctors realized that that car accident had left him a quadriplegic. He would never walk again, never fish again, never run again. He spent many, many months in the hospital recovering from other minor injuries. And every morning that he woke up in that hospital, he thought, I'm still here. I must be getting better. And every morning he said that to himself. I'm still here. I must be getting better. As he recovered, he slowly made his way back home. And when his family brought him to his house, they set him at the dinner table in his wheelchair. Big long dinner table, and they had a family meeting on what to do now. What do we do now? John, the breadwinner. John the friend, John the man you could call to do anything, is now the one we have to take care of. What would John do during the day when we're all at work and school? Who's going to take care of him? Feed him? Wipe him? What's going to happen? And as the family is bantering back and forth across the table, John's grandpa, from the back of the room, makes his way around, and he comes up to John, who's in his wheelchair, and he says, John, I have an idea. You've always admired my woodworking. You've always admired the work that I've done, especially my front door. Why don't you come to my wood shop every day and we'll design, and you can help me carve this door. A door for your house. I can keep you company and you can keep me company as I carve. That way everyone else can go to work. What do you think? Now John knew his grandfather's door well. It was a big, heavy door. Intricate carvings. It had a round center thing with a fish jumping, a bear. And it wasn't just the front of it that was carved. It was the inside of the door that was carved as well. Now John's grandpa was a professional woodworker. And it took him 2 years to make this door. So John, sitting in his wheelchair, watching his family interact, said, Grandpa, thank you for that idea. I like the idea of a door, but I want to carve it. What? And just like that, all of you, just looking at me, just like that, the family looked right at John. They stopped their conversations mid-sentence, and they were dumbfounded. What was John going to carve this door out of? What? But unbeknownst to anyone else, John had a secret. He could move his little finger. He could move his finger just like this. And he showed it to his family that night. And John's grandpa said, let's do it. And John's grandpa, in short order, had made a little tool that would go on John's little wiggling finger. So you can imagine the first day of coming up to this slab of wood that John is going to carve as a quadriplegic. You can imagine the family members and John's grandpa loading him and setting him on top of this slab, motionless except for his little finger. And with the design penciled out on this slab of wood, John slivered away, all the while telling himself, "See, I'm doing it. I must be getting better." And after about 6 months, he had carved a few splinters. Not much. What can you do with a little wiggling finger? But something really interesting happened. He actually was able to use 2 fingers. And after a couple more months, he could use his whole hand. And he kept carving more and more. And then after about 2 years, he could carve using his whole arm. All the while, telling himself, "See, I'm getting better." John carved that door for 10 years. And on the 10th year, when the door was done, cousins, family members, John's grandpa, and John walked that door into the local art gallery, put it for sale for $10,000, and it promptly sold. Not too long after that, John walked the love of his life down the aisle. The easiest person to convince is ourselves. Be careful what you tell each other, but really be careful what you tell yourself, because not all of us have a magic door. Madam Toastmaster.